Stop coughing. Trying to do a show here, man. It's TVU's Most Wanted. We're trying to do an interview with the Speak of Wolves, and he's back there coughing. Real professional, man.
Come on, dude.
So I'm excited to have you guys on the show today, and I think, Gage, we should start with this. I was told that you probably wouldn't give me an honest answer, but why do you have a cast?
I broke my hand.
That's honest. How did it happen?
I killed a man.
All right.
With it.
He killed a man. With the cast?
With the cast.
With the cast.
So you got a cast so you could kill a man?
Well, I had the cast last time I was here. I was
Okay.
wearing that long sleeve shirt.
Oh, so I just didn't notice it.
Yeah, you didn't notice it.
Really?
It's always on.
You guys were here in August. It's been months.
Yeah, that's why it's black and.
He was born with it.
He heals really.
He was born
His mustache was covering it last time.
All my facial hair, huge beard.
All right, so let's talk about tour. You guys just wrapped up tour with Write This Down, the, what is it, Super Villains Awesome Forever tour?
Super Awesome Villains Forever tour.
Yeah.
it.
That one.
The name couldn't be longer.
Right. How was tour?
It was awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was great. Great tour.
Now, you guys said you had some incidents that I think that they want to know about. I specifically want to know about them. One started at Denny's, you said, in Vegas. So let's start there. Who's going to tell me the Vegas Denny's story?
I was there firsthand, so I'm going to tell the Denny's Vegas story.
Okay.
We're at Denny's. At Denny's, we had been out in Vegas all night long. We were just hanging out and seeing the town, and we ate at Denny's. It was probably like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I went to go use the bathroom. And there were the caution, like the watch your step cones, you know.
Okay.
And on the way in, a busboy stopped me, and he was like, "Hey, man," he like made eye contact with me. He was just like, "I just want you to be really careful in that bathroom." I was like, I didn't really think about it. I was just like, okay, thanks, man. I thought the floor was wet or something.
What goes through your head when some guy tells you, be really careful when you're about to enter the bathroom?
I was like, what a nice guy, man. He really cares about the people who eat at Denny's, yeah. And so I walked in the bathroom, and there's a guy standing there with no pants or underwear on in front of the sink, washing something in the sink. And as I walked in, he was just nice as could be. He was just like, "Hey, man, how's it going?" And I was just automatically just like, "Hey, good, how are you?" And like walked and used the bathroom and came back out. And I was like, all right, this only happens like once in a lifetime, so I really have to think about how to say this. So I sat down at the table, and I was just like trying to figure out how am I going to tell the other guys about what I just saw in there. And as soon as I figure out what I'm going to say, I look around, and everybody's already staring at me, just like, what happened in the bathroom, dude?
What is it?
So we found out that by talking to the busboy, that the guy had pooped himself in a taxi, and
a little bit of an accident.
all that the busboy saw was a taxi come screeching up, a guy come running out of it, explosion of money, and then just runs into the bathroom. He's been in there for a half an hour. We've been telling him to leave. We told him we were going to call the cops and stuff, and he won't leave. But he slipped by us on the way out. So.
Oh my
That's the
gosh,
story.
that is amazing!
Yeah.
A pantsless dude in the bathroom at Denny's.
Pants and underwear.
But you say he's a nice guy.
He seemed nice.
Seemed like a nice guy.
He seemed very comfortable with what was happening, which I was surprised about.
He just had a problem. To Speak of Wolves is on TVU's Most Wanted. We've already heard about a pantsless guy in Denny's, which is one amazing tour story. You guys were actually on tour with Write This Down, correct?
Yep.
And Johnny had a little issue as well, right? I got to know about this because the next time they're in, I'm going to ask him about this. So be honest. What happened with Johnny?
I will. We were in Tucson, and Write This Down. Everyone was all set up on stage, like they were like ready to go. And they're like, well, where the heck's Johnny at? And everyone was looking around, and I was like, I think he's in the bathroom. I think he's using the bathroom. And so they're like, oh, okay, well, you know, it's like they're getting ready to go on. He'll be out in 2 seconds. So we start waiting, and it's turned into like 5 minutes, and we're just like, oh my God. So we just start cheering. Everyone's like, Johnny, Johnny. We made this tunnel like in front of the bathroom. And
like this.
Yes.
Like this. And so he just opens the door, and he's just like, oh my God, and he just runs to the stage.
Everybody's cheering him on.
Everyone's like cheering him on. It was the best thing ever.
What did the guys from Write This Down say to him once he finally got out there? Like,
they were
seriously?
in the tunnel, right?
Just
they
late for the tunnel. Oh, they were in the tunnel.
They're part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, so great stories of the bathroom on this last tour.
God, yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And you know what? Let's talk about new music, because you guys are getting ready to release a new album. Last time you were here, you were talking about heading into the studio. So let's start there. How was time in the studio?
Incredible. It
Yeah?
was awesome. Yeah, we had a great time. Does anyone else want to elaborate on the studio?
Yeah, where was it? Who did you record with? All that jazz.
We recorded with Matt McClellan at Glow in the Dark in Atlanta. It was an awesome time. We were there for about 5 weeks, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And lived at the studio. We were there 24 hours a day, and it was awesome. We
slept from about noon until 8 in the evening every day, and worked from midnight until whenever.
Okay, so you guys were nocturnal with this
Totally
album.
nocturnal, yeah.
When we got there, we were like, Matt's like, well, when do you guys want to record? And we're just like, well, whenever's fine. He's okay. He's like, well, there's a few other producers here, so we'll have to kind of work around some schedules. And like, all right, that's cool, whatever. And it started off, we started like 4 in the afternoon and went to like midnight. And then by the second day, we would just like start at midnight, and then he would do like other stuff like vocal or like guitars and all that stuff. And then I'd start vocals in the morning. I wouldn't start vocals till like 7 in the morning. And I'd go to like noon. He'd be like, all right, well, I'll see you at, see you at midnight or see you at 10 o'clock tonight. And we're just like, oh, whatever.
All right,
See you
well.
tomorrow.
Yeah, see you
How does that
tomorrow.
work
We're
at
just
that
like,
point?
okay.
So talk to me about the last record in context of this record. That had to be a little different recording style, right? Did you guys record the last album nocturnally, or was this a
We
little
did
different?
not. That was a pretty normal schedule. We stayed at the studio the whole time as well, but it was pretty normal, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
Maybe wrapped at like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
instead
afternoons and stuff, afternoons and
of
evenings.
12 in the afternoon.
What was it like doing vocals in the morning? That had to be a little rough.
Well, I
Very
tried.
private.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is asleep.
I try to like stay up and it's like, well, I'm gonna stay up and sit around and do nothing, whatever. And then I'm just like, I'd go tell Matt, I'm too tired. I'm gonna go to sleep. Just wake me up whenever you want me to start doing vocals. They're, all right, well, I'm gonna wake you up in 2 hours when we finish, doing bass on this song or something. And I'd be like, okay, cool. So I go to sleep and all of a sden it's like, Gage, wake up, wake up. And I just be like, what? And he's like, you have to go do vocals. I'm like, oh man, all right. So like, it'd be like, it'd be like 6:30 or sometimes like 5 in the morning. And Matt's like, Matt McClellan is great. He's like the best dude ever. And he'd be like, hey man, you wanna go to Dunkin' Donuts real quick? I'm just like, yeah.
No, it's dinner time.
Yeah, I'm like, sure, or whatever.
What
like,
time is it? What day is it?
Yeah, exactly. And so, I just got in a routine of doing it, and so I'd just like wake up and make some tea, and then go do vocals for like 5 hours, and then go to sleep. And
All right.
yeah.
Fair enough. All right, we'll talk more about the new album coming up, so stick around. It's TVU's Most Wanted. Hey, I'm Jared. You're watching TVU's Most Wanted. Welcome back. To Speak of Wolves is on the show today, and we're talking about your guys' new album. Now, it's been actually coming up on the 2-year anniversary of your last album, correct? This is in May. So talk about this new record, some of the themes, what you guys are writing about, what's going to be on this new album. What can fans look forward to?
Musically, it's a lot different. It's a lot darker. It's a lot more intense. And we wanted to do something that would stand the test of time, and that would just be, from start to finish, a great record, and would be fun to play live, would be great to listen to in the car, or however you listen to records. And Gage did some things lyrically too that he will talk about now.
And the whole record is about my parents getting divorced.
Okay.
And about how, through that, like my life just kind of fell apart. And, I quit believing in God during a lot of that time, and, I became like an atheist and stuff like that. So the whole record's about like me finding my way back to God.
Sure.
And the record's called Find Your Worth, Come Home.
Okay.
And that's really what it's about, and it's just super dark and insanely.
Is it really hard to spend time writing from that place? Like, that's something that's obviously really tough to get through, obviously. So is it tough to write that out and like play it for people live?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like the dudes would be tracking and stuff like that, and I'd be up in our apartment in the studio, and I'd be in this like corner that was like tucked away in the back, and I had like old journals from like a long time ago, and I had like 2 journals that were completely filled, and I bought a brand new like notebook, and I filled the whole thing up like during the whole time there, and I'd call my dad and like call my mom and just kind of talk to him, and stuff like that. So it was pretty hard, but it was awesome though, and I'm just like so proud of like what we did.
Right on, right on.
I mean, it's awesome.
So talk a little bit more about the sound of it. You said it's a little bit darker. What did that mean for each of you guys individually? How did the sound change from the last album to this album?
Rhythmically, there's a lot more think it's a lot more intense and a little bit more difficult to play, I guess, a little more fun to play.
Okay.
I guess drum-wise, I used a bigger drum kit, which was cool.
Okay.
And we spent a fair amount of time before we got there just kind of organizing all the songs and getting them where we wanted them to be. And I don't know, I guess just the sound overall of Glow in the Dark it's a pretty intense sounding studio, I think. Like it sounds, the raw sounds sound a lot more intense than the last record.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to have it sound real and, you know, like not in a sloppy or bad way, but we just wanted to leave some of the life in it and you know, have some feedback places and, you know, just
not
keep
sound
it real.
like robots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we want to sound like a real band.
Yeah.
Any idea when this album's gonna be out? When we're gonna be able to snag it?
May 22nd.
Okay, so May 22nd, release date. All right, there you go. So we're gonna talk more with Speak of Wolves coming up. So stick around. It's TVU's Most Wanted. Other than the new album, what's on the horizon for you guys? What's coming up?
We're playing a couple shows right now on the way home from the Write the Sound tour, and then we go home for a few days and we shoot 2 new music videos for the new album.
Really? Okay, which songs? Do you know which tracks yet, or?
Yeah.
There's one track is called A Simple Thought That Changed Everything.
Okay.
And
Je suis fini.
Je suis fini.
What is that?
It's French for I'm finished.
That sounds beautiful.
2 years French high school.
Oh yeah, there it is.
What's
Okay, so you're playing a couple shows, then you're shooting these videos. Where are you gonna be shooting them?
We're shooting them in Charlotte. And then actually the day after we finish shooting them, we head down to South by Southwest and South by So What.
Oh, sweet.
And then we go home for about a month until the record comes out and do a release tour and all that.
Right on. So let's go back to the videos for a little bit. Have you guys got treatments yet? Do you know what the videos are gonna be about, or?
Yeah, you wanna tell the video treatments?
Can we get a sneak peek?
It's, I guess the idea is the allegory of the cave, which is Plato, I believe.
Yeah.
It's one of the stories in the Republic, which the short version of it is, and I don't think it's going to be exact, I think it's going to be like a sort of a futuristic take on this,
Sure.
but it's like a story of people who are chained to a wall in a cave and they've been that way since they were born or whatever. And so the only thing they know of reality is what comes between a fire that's behind them and they project shadows on the wall.
right.
Yeah, so that's the only thing they know of reality. One of them escapes and sees what reality really is, sees sunlight for the first time, and comes back to tell the others about it and liberate them. And he's killed for it, or he's martyred for it in some way. I haven't actually read.
Right
the
on.
whole
That sounds
thing,
like a
but
sweet treatment.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you have the new album coming out May 22nd. You guys are going to be on tour after that, I would assume, to tour the new record.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if people want details, what's the best way to keep up with you guys?
Facebook.
We got Tumblr.
Okay.
Got the new Tumblr now.
Tumblr.
Instagram.
Blogging it.
We got Instagram. I got an iPhone recently.
Yeah, congratulations. There it is.
Yes.
All right, so if you want all the details, you can, of course, link up at tvulive.com. Guys, thanks for spending some time with me in the
Thanks for
studio.
having us.
Thanks.
Brother. Awesome.
Here's number 3. It's TVU's Most Wanted.